What is up, YouTube? Welcome back to my channel. It's Akila, and today's video I'm gonna be showing you how to make ocean water in Blender 2.9. So before you get started, make sure you subscribe to my channel and like this video for more content, more tutorials. Comment down below. Like I always say, I've been talking videos are so long, so I'm gonna start doing talking videos again and more tutorials. So let's get into it. So what you're gonna do first is delete the cube. So press X on your keyboard and click delete. So I'm also gonna delete this light. I don't need the light right now, Miss Ma'am. So let's go. We're gonna turn this to material mode, of course. So then what you're gonna do is hold Shift A on your keyboard and click mesh, and then you're gonna click plane. So you're gonna make the water texture a plain mesh, okay? I don't know if that makes any sense, but I'm trying to explain the best way I can, and I'm trying to get through this video fast. So let's go. I'm not rushing, but I made it this big. It's pretty fun. It doesn't matter what size you make it the size based on how you want. And I also add water to my GFX. I'll put one on my screen of a GFX I made using the water texture. There you go. It's right there. So let's get into it. So what you're gonna do now is open up shading, right? If you don't have shading, just click plus and then click general and you find shading right here if you don't have it. So now what you're gonna do is click new down here. You're gonna change this. My bad. You're gonna change this to timeline, but you're gonna see why later on. So now what you're gonna first do is click Shift A on your keyboard, and then you're gonna search up noise texture, okay? Just search it up. Then you're gonna search up the bump texture. So once you're gonna do that, you're gonna make sure you have the nodes, and then what you're gonna do is connect everything. So what you're gonna connect first is color to height, and then you're gonna connect normal to normal. Why? You're gonna see why soon. So what we're gonna do now is start adding the other textures. So the other textures we're gonna be adding is the map texture, the mix texture, and more. So let's add the mix texture into this right now. So the mix texture is gonna go mix RGB. Okay, gonna add that right there. Add that between. So make sure color is connected to color 1. Okay. So now you don't see nothing, right? But we're gonna get to why, and I'm gonna show you how to make you see the ocean texture. But first, I'm gonna show you the nodes you're gonna have to connect to everything. So now, once you do that, you're gonna have to add the map texture. So add the mapping texture to search a map, and mapping is right here. You can expand it. I like to expand it. You don't really have to. So then, gonna connect vector to vector. So now, you might be concerned why it's not showing, but we're still going to get into that. We're going to get into that. So now click Shift A again and search up UV. So UV map, and then you're going to connect UV to vector. Alright. So now, once you have that all good, now we're going to show you how to make the wave textures appear. So you're going to go to this. Right here. This exact one that I just highlighted. And then you're going to scroll down to transmission. So now what you're gonna do is just put it to 1, and there you go. There's the texture right there. Okay, the texture doesn't look too good as it will as you want it to be. So what we're gonna do now is do this. So now we're gonna make a copy of the mapping and the noise texture. Control C and then Control V to paste it. Once you paste it, bring that down, and then you're gonna connect UV to vector, and then you're gonna connect this color to color 2. So now you see more texture coming in. That's what you want. So now what you're gonna do is just play with the textures and everything, and this is where you get to basically play around with it and do whatever texture you want until you like it. So let me show you. So now what I'm gonna do, first I'm gonna do the noise texture. So usually what I do for the noise texture, I put it to 12.3. Then you see how it's still coming in, right? Then after that, I make the detail up to 4.3 or 5. So let's make it 5 for the sake of the video. And then we're going to do the same thing down here. So 12.3 and then 5. So once you do that, you make sure everything's adding up and everything, and then you're going to go to the bump texture right here. You can adjust it to whatever you want, but like I said, I'm going to do it the way I usually do it. I'm also changing the settings too, but I'm going to do settings for the sake of the video. So 3.5, and then I put this as 0.3, 0.4. So I put 0.4. Let me see how 0.3 look like. I feel like 0.4 is stronger. So I get a go for 0.4, 0.5. It don't really matter. So now you see it's look way better than it did before. So I want you to see all that, right? You can change the color. You want to make it look like an ocean, so I recommend making it like a dark blue. I think that look okay. Or I can make it to like a lighter blue, but then darken it. I think that look better. So now, what I'm gonna do is add a HDRI so you can see how it looks in rendered mode. So what I did is open up shader editor. So just click this and you just click shader editor. Then you're gonna click switch object to world, and then once you do that, hold Shift A, search up environment texture. Paste that there, and then connect color to color. So this is where you could download HDR as HDR.haven. I'll put the description to it in the description box. So now I got the texture and everything, and the HDR saved. And now when you go to rendered mode, you see it looks better. But usually what I do when it's in rendered mode, I make the background to be transparent. So I'm gonna show you how to do that right now. So you're gonna click this render properties, scroll down to foam, and then transparent, and then this is how it will look. So I think this color is a little bit too dark, so I'm gonna lighten it up. I'm also gonna make it like a dark, dark. I think it'll look good, like a little bit dark. I don't know yet, but then that's what I'm doing right now. So now you wonder how I animate it. So that's what you're gonna do. Go to mapping. That's where the mapping texture come in. Cause you wonder why I didn't do anything with mapping. Here we go. What you're gonna do is make sure this is like selected. Then you're gonna hold I. Then this is where you do this. Open up this more, and then make it to 250 at the end. And you're gonna go all the way to the end, right? 250. Then you're gonna hold I again. Then you're gonna put in 0.5, and then you put I again. So then you go to this one, but you go to the Y axis. Then you click I. Then you put in 0.5, enter it, and then click I again. So then this is where you see the ocean move, and this is how it will look. Let's play it. This is how you make an animated ocean. But like I said, you can always texture it how you want it to be. If you want it to look stronger, more details, just add more details right there. Add the scale, it doesn't matter. Just play with the settings to a way that you like it. You don't have to do it a certain way this of the tutorial, but when you first start, I recommend you using the tutorial way until you get used to the textures. I feel like it looks better when it's white, so let's see how it looks white or like this. But this is how you basically do it. I just play with the settings. That's usually what I do. And then you could upper the light. I'm gonna upper this light for the HDR and make this a little bit darker, So then, as you see, that the ocean moves, and it looks like real water. You see. And when you look at material mode, it looks like that. So this is how you make, water texture. And not just any water texture, animated water texture. I highly recommend you doing this if you want to do summer themed GFX. Congrats to everybody who learns how to do this, and thank you for watching this video and watching my tutorial. Goodbye.